fund of Social Innovation Fund Ireland that supports early stage innovations that solve critical social issues. And we're thrilled this year to partner with Medtronic, a leading global medical devices firm, to create 9 Healthy Community Awards. And the Healthy Community Awards recognise community action that tackles and promotes health and well-being in communities around Ireland. So we have 9 fantastically innovative projects to recognise and support here today. Additionally, we have a further Animate Award that recognises a single social innovation, and that one was open to any social innovation that tackles any issue. So the crazier the idea, the better. Let's see what you think.
The problem is that secondary and metastatic cancer patients live with ongoing uncertainty. They face psychological, emotional and physical difficulties and live with great fear and anxiety. Our mindfulness-based stress reduction programme will give cancer patients that are dealing with a secondary illness the tools and the skills to help them cope and build stability and strength in times of huge uncertainty.
As people age, their nutritional needs change, yet many older people are at risk of becoming malnourished because of difficulties accessing the type of food that they need. There are multiple factors such as bereavement, illness, recovery from surgery, and difficulty accessing shops. Building on our expertise producing high quality, fresh, modified meals, our project will make these meals more readily accessible to older people throughout Ireland through the development of appealing branding and online and other delivery channels.
Typically when you're diagnosed with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, you may see your doctor once or twice a year after being diagnosed, and then for the rest of the year it's yourself that has to self-manage the symptoms and impacts of living with the disease itself. We are developing an IBD self-management programme called Living Well with IBD. The programme is adapted from the Stanford Chronic Disease Self-Management Programme from the States. This programme will educate and empower a person living with IBD to feel confident to self-manage the symptoms and impacts of living with IBD.
People who are experiencing homelessness and are expressing suicide ideation currently outside of out of hours that they are presenting to A&E departments. In a lot of cases they're not being seen by professionals. They will leave before they will get an assessment. The environment is not really good for when they're in emotional and psychological distress. We aim to train and provide staff with an informal toolkit which they can use to support people who are expressing suicide ideation. Therefore, there will be no need, in a lot of cases, for that person to present to A&E departments.
We're very conscious of the extent of sexual violence in Ireland and the very severe consequences it can have, and how vulnerable young people are because they often don't have the information they need about the law or about their own right to bodily integrity. They're quite unclear as to what consent means and that there should always be consent in any situation. And the programme really teaches them about consent, it gives them information about the law, it helps them to consider the impact of attitudes and behaviours and to develop their capacity to sort of know what's right for them and to withstand pressure so that they can make the right decisions and follow through on them.
KIC, our project, which stands for Kickboxing to Inspire and Challenge Kids, was developed in response to a need in Tallaght for a fresh idea and a fresh way to work with young people that will go towards addressing rise in levels in obesity, mental health issues and antisocial behaviours.
Your average child coming in our doors would be, shoulders down, chin down, looking at the ground, walking nervous, very antisocial to a large degree. After a couple of weeks, they start doing things that they never thought they could do. They start feeling things that they never thought they could feel before. The shoulders stick back, the chest puffs out, the chin comes up, and it's very easy to be confident and assured in yourself when you feel that way.
The current mainstream approach to maternal health in Ireland is not accessible to travelling women and their babies. So when travelling women go in to use maternal services, they're not actually getting the proper information that they need. Around literacy could be a huge problem, not being able to look up the information in the book or the information that they're given. Pavy Point and we in the Primary Healthcare Project will be looking to address this issue and make sure that we do culturally appropriate materials for travelling women so they can access the information that they need in the maternity hospitals.
Children grieve following many losses, but especially around bereavement and separation and divorce. Children can feel very much caught in the middle, where their parents are grieving, and feel that they have to protect their parents. So in the Children's Grief Centre, they are allowed the space and the time to explore their feelings in a very safe, non-judgmental environment. They have the opportunity at the end of each session where they invite in mum or dad and they can share their feelings with them.
The All-Ireland Traveller Health Study said that travellers died 7 times higher than the national average. I can recall from South Tipperary, in the last 2.5 years, we have 22 young people who have committed suicide. We bring together the group that we can break down that stigma about talking about, I'm not well today, I haven't been well in a while. And feeling the confidence, the self-esteem to be able to come up with solutions around not feeling well.
For people with autism, one of the greatest challenges is trying to make ourselves understood. So when we're young, we have social communication issues. Once people can understand how to communicate with us and how we can understand how neurotypicals work, I think it makes it much easier. Not so different increases awareness and understanding of autism spectrum disorder, and we support individuals to realise their full potential through education and employment. People with ASD are not so different. We have the same dreams and aspirations as everybody else.